Welcome back to Timberborn and our update 6 Let's Play. There has been an update to the game. Actually, it was probably a little while ago by the time this comes out. We now have high power shafts. So we have an upward high power shaft. So I guess power goes in there and then up. We have a vertical power shaft. And we have a downward power shaft. So, yep. Kind of cool. Was, essentially a really useful mod before, but now part of the game. And I want to change this because get the game going. We've had this whole thing cantilevered and then I built these across and I don't like how I did this, so we're going to change it. I am recording this one before you guys have seen the last video, so you might have been suggesting that. I've been trying to avoid that so far in this series, but not so today. So I think that's about the right number. Yeah, I'm trying to get a little bit ahead, I guess. So instead we're going to do it this way. So we're going to come across here and then down here. So that would give us a 4 wide gap, unless I stopped one early, and that would give us a 3 wide gap, which would be absolutely fine. I guess then we could build a bunch of this on levees, couldn't we? So we need to put a levee there anyway. And that would save us some construction materials, or we could put a set of platforms down and build it up above 4, 5. So I guess let's have a think, shall we, about how long we need to make this, because we do want to put large power wheels in here. So I think that's probably the first point that we could put one. So, and I'm going to pause the construction of that so the beavers don't get carried away. And then it's 5 blocks, isn't it? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. I think that's right. So it would look like power wheel, power wheel. So actually we would want to go a bit longer, I believe. Let's delete that. Let's do our power wheel. Yeah, so let's... I know I'm doing a lot of building and deleting. I know it's quite frustrating sometimes for people watching, but maybe it's not. I don't know, but I need to kind of plan this stuff. So, and I'm planning it live. So if we did that and that, so we'd come out of there. So we do need 2 more. So we'd have power wheel coming there. We could have levee there. So that would be that. That would be our wall. So we'd go there, there, and there. That is just fine. So we'd come actually all the way along to here. Then turn and go that way. So let's delete those for now. I don't want them building them just yet. So we'd have a levee there as the corner. And we could cantilever like that. And then we'd come up here like that. So we'd come down here. And then I think we turn But it probably... We've got a bad tide approaching. Oh no, how will we cope? If I was to do that, we would either need to... Let's be sensible, shall we? And not build things we don't need to build. So we have enough science to unlock the 4. So we come along here like that. And I think we'd come out to here and then along like that. That's my plan. That's my grand plan. And then off the map that way. So we need to do a whole load of impermeable floors. Rock doesn't need impermeable floor, but I'm putting it there so you can't tell. Because then it'll look uniform. I'm going to come in here with a path. So we can build a bunch of stuff. Because we don't have ladders, we do have to put a way up, maybe here. So we can build some of this stuff. Let's speed the game up now. So let's get that going. That's quite a big construction project. So I'm going to let them get on with that while we work on some other things. So I want to start working on, because we have such a big construction project, and there are going to be many more big construction projects, I'm going to build another farmhouse because I want to start farming as large an area as we can. So let's plant the whole of this hydrated area. We're going to plant a load more cassavas around here. I am going to unplant around the edge of the lake, pond, whatever you want to call it, so that we can put a path in. So that we can get around things. So let's do the same around here with the kohlrabies. Although there's that water tank there because some Egypt built it in the way. So that's a bit of a challenge. So let's actually replace those. And what we'll do is we'll come around the back of that, which is a bit more wasteful, but that's okay. And then we'll plant some more cassavas in here. And kohlrabies we will plant out to here. And I basically want to increase the food production quite significantly. So we will also build another mushroom fermenter. Which means me attempting to increase the height of our staircase, which will be interesting because I am not very good at staircases. I have not made this one big enough. I think what we might have to do is come this way, this way, this way, and then up. So like that. And then we can come here and here. And path around there. That's probably better. And then food, hydroponic garden. There we go. And we will give that a little bit of priority so that they get that built. And we will also give that a bit of priority. Let's just keep an eye on our bad water divert. I'm not sure if that's going to affect our crops down here, actually. It might. We might want to put in some water, not water, landscaping, irrigation barriers. They use treated planks, and we don't have treated planks, although it looks like we've got away with it. So that's good. And we'll put path here and up here, and we'll start planning for path along there. So that's good. I want more water pumping capacity as well. We need to undo that so that we get our power back. Had it closed for the thumbnail and forgot to unclose it, or as they say, open, which is what you call unclosing, I believe. Too far from a district. Because I need to join those bits of path up. And then let's politely ask the beavers to pick this stuff up. There is quite a lot of stuff on the ground. So there we go. Right, that's that. So yeah, I would also like more water pumping capacity, but I think for that we need more water storage capacity. We do have explosives, and we also have the ability to construct explosives. Not that you construct explosives. So what we are going to do is, do I make the... How much is the centrifuge? It's going to take metal. I think we're going to do this the slow way. So let's start with that. And maybe that. And we'll just start slowly increasing. You can be deleted. We'll start slowly increasing the size of that. Well, that bad time didn't last long, did it? And that's why I'm kind of thinking that we are in a place where we can start to increase the size of the colony and not have too much of a major concern. And that'll allow us to do some of these bigger building projects faster. So the other thing that we need to do is put in more breeding pods. And I'm just trying to see where it would be sensible to do that. Maybe tucked in these gaps. But I plan to use those for well-being things. So maybe we put them along here. Housing, breeding pods, 1, 2. Let's put 3 more breeding pods in. It'll be a little while before they take effect, but let's also prioritize their building, because otherwise they'll focus on building this stuff and not the stuff we need. Let's put in that piece of explosives as well, because we were working on a bad water diversion up there. I seem to have suddenly created myself many millions of projects, but that's okay. That is okay. Yeah, we've got 11 vacancies at the moment, just from what we've got going on, and we've got quite a lot paused, so we need more beavers. Shrooms. And for that, we need more breeding pods. We've got a lot of free beds, which is good. And maybe more food storage capacity would be good. I mean, what I could do is make use of the fact that I've built a staircase here and just stack some more warehouses on here. Because we're kind of going up anyway. Makes sense to me. That makes sense to me. Plenty of bad water, so we don't need to unpause the bad water pump at the moment. I thought for a second that was 11 incapacitated beavers. It is not. Right, let's connect that path up. Do we need more storage space for kohlrabies? Not really. We've got a couple of hundred, so... and what I could do is put a staircase there. And we've got this essentially unused land. And if I was sensible and stood them back one, then we basically have a built-in ladder here to get our first level of height, to do a couple of levels of warehouses. And because of how I've done this, we can actually do that for not too much. Yeah. Right, let's get them to build all of those as well. Because more storage for food will be useful. You just need to be careful that I don't grow the population too quickly and outpace our ability to produce food, which could be an issue. It could be an issue. But hopefully we can avoid it becoming an issue. And by we, I always mean me. It's the YouTube Wii. Not the Nintendo Wii. Welcome to my random brain. They can still get scrap metal. We've actually got quite a lot of scrap metal. We could seriously do with more beavers. Why are you not producing metal faster? Prioritize you by haulers. Let's make you a priority job. We don't need quite so much gear production now. We needed lots of gears when we were making the bad water discharge, but now we need, I guess, planks and metal blocks and logs. So make sure we have beavers working in those jobs. So you're quite unproductive as well. So let's prioritize those by haulers. Not that we have any haulers, I don't think. No, not many. Right. So we have a lot more storage. I guess I could stop them screeching at me by setting them to storage for things we are not using at the moment. There we go. And then as we need more storage, we can create it. Like more storage for cassavas, because we seem to not have very much of that. So let's create some more cassava storage. So we've got a lot of cassavas sat on the ground there. So let's create a lot more storage for cassavas. There we go. That should help. I always completely lose my train of thought when I have to take a break, which is what I've just had to do. And I've completely lost my train of thought. So we have been doing things, and those things I have forgotten. No, I haven't completely forgotten, but I have kind of lost my train of thought. But what I wanted to do was increase our water pumping capacity, because I am not happy with where we are with the water levels, and a sensible thing to do would probably be to come in here, because I think we could fit 2 more water pumps in this area. So let's do that. So let's go there and there. Let's prioritize all of that. And that will be a good thing, because we've only got 500 water at the moment. And we are looking to expand our population. So we should make more water pumping. And I'm so glad that this is not hard mode in a way, because it is letting me make the odd mistake while we focus on these bigger building projects and not be punished for them. So, and they're really not doing a good job there, are they? Where's the scrap metal? Where is the scrap metal? We have... I think the problem is we just don't have any haulers. So the scrap metal's all the way over here. That should be set to supply and prioritized by haulers. But as I say, we just don't have any haulers at the moment because we don't have enough beavers. So let's pause the builders and hopefully that gets us some haulers back. Because I was actually going to build another smelter, but there's no point if the smelters we've got aren't working. And there's no point having loads of builders if they haven't got the materials they need to build stuff, which at the moment they don't. So yeah, I guess looking at the way they're working, would it be sensible for me to have a path running under there? Maybe, but certainly we really need much more metal production. And at the moment, we're only running at 40% capacity. And I think that is down to just not having a big enough population. So we really need these 8 kits to grow up. So let's first check, do we have enough campfires? Not quite. Because the campfires are an easy one with young beavers or kits. They will help them grow up faster. So let's throw in a couple more. Make sure they are prioritized to be built. Can we unlock the first monument? We can, and it's only 200 logs. It would seriously be very sensible of us to build that, and we could just throw it on top of that warehouse. And it would hit all of the accommodation. And we could put it there, and it would get a bunch of the... That might be more sensible. That would get most of the campfires. Yeah, let's do that. Yes. Let's prioritize building it because it's only logs. And yes, we only have 400 logs, but we've got loads of trees standing. So again, not the most aesthetic place, but at the moment we're about function. We're Iron Teeth. Iron Teeth are about functionality, and functionally it makes sense to unlock that. The next one is metal. We don't really want to be putting metal into a monument. At least not until we've got all of this built. We've got 4 incapacitated beavers and only 2 med beds, so it would probably be sensible to build a couple more, at least, of the medical beds. So let's do that. It wouldn't be a bad idea, I don't think, to have a staircase coming down here. Move the scratcher. Under here. And we can put a few more of them here. Does the detailer use metal? No, it uses treated planks though. So let's prioritize building these bits. Because anything that doesn't use metal is probably a good thing to prioritize because it gives them time. Oh, our productivity for metal is way up. That's good. You can be paused for now. We've got our new water pumps in. Productivity of those is not amazing. And what I was going to do, and already some bushes have grown back. So let's prioritize the demolishing of the U. Is I was going to put a water tank here set to supply to keep these at higher productivity. So let's go storage, water tank set to supply. Again, we're going to prioritize it because then metal will be produced and we can use the metal at a later date. Right. That's still waiting. I'm not too worried about that. I do want them. Wow, 15 well-being. So we could, in that case, it might be sensible to try and push for 17, because 17 gets us 14 well-being. And you will see there are some beavers with names from the YouTube channel members and the patrons. Links for those below, or buttons. So it's possibly worth us trying to get that extra couple of well-being that we need to be able to do that. So let's have a look. And we could probably easily get it with something like corn or coffee. The shanty speaker, that's the mod that I downloaded. Which is under, I think it's under well-being. Struggling to see it, so I'm going to go across slowly. Or is it under decoration, actually? There it is. So that's 10 metal beams. It does provide a boost to social life, and we could put it so that it hits the accommodation. That's an option. Or we could do things like roofs and shrubs. I think that might be a better option. Let's do some decoration, shall we? So we could put some roof pieces here. Let's do the 2x1. We've got some shrubs, we've got some roof pieces. Looking for things that don't use metal particularly, but yeah, a 40% lifespan or an extra 20% well-being bonus would be pretty good. And actually we appear to have hit that. So if I jump in here, only some of them are getting it. Okay, we do have some spare beavers now, so let's get some gears being made. Let's unpause our builder's hut. Because we do have an awful lot of building to do still. The water supply is creeping up, but really not at the rate that I would like. So let's unpause you as well. Let's prioritize that by haulers with it being set to supply. 15, 16 well-being. So maybe now we are getting more of them hitting that. It's 17, I guess we need to be hitting. So we do need a bit more. So let's have a look. What else can we aim for? I guess we should be getting more of them that are getting that. Some of these are more metal than I would have thought, but the clock, what I'm thinking is we build the clock on a platform above this so that the iron teeth can see when they need to go to work. We're up to 17 average well-being, so that should see, yeah, lots of them getting a lifespan boost. So this should see our population start to go up quite a lot. So I am going to preemptively, because metal is one of our limiting factors, not put a smelter there. We will build a smelter down here. And we can run a path along and bring it out from here to here. And we'll put some storages here so they have what they need, which is going to be logs, scrap metal, and metal blocks. And actually, that's not that far from where they live. So, yeah. Why have they not built any of that? Let's give that. I guess because I need to prioritize some stuff, don't I? There we go. Prioritize those. That's good. So our food supply is really much better now. It looks like we need more fermenting capacity. And I guess we could tuck that in here. So let's go food fermenter there. Let's do a small warehouse for cassavas set to obtain. We'll put that to be fermented cassavas. We're not really storing many mushrooms, but we could do with some more fermented cassavas. So let's get that going on. Yep. They're making progress with building that. You know, they're making progress. Our haulers are now starting to bring over the scrap metal that we need, which is good. We've got lots of food, decent amount of water as we come into a bad tide. Population is growing nicely and the well-being is pretty good. We now don't have power problems because A, it's a bad tide, and B, the bad water discharge. Let's get this other smelter up and running, beavers. That would be great. I've actually got 2 builders' huts. I didn't realize I built 2. Okay. Well-being wise, more rooftop terraces wouldn't be a bad thing. Is it worth me trying to create an area? And let's just try getting that built, see if that pushes us up into a consistent 17. So more of them are getting that 40% health bonus. And I guess we're also getting a decent work speed bonus and movement speed bonus. So that's a big plus in itself. You know, I shouldn't grumble at that really, should I? No, you shouldn't. As we've got the path running along there, we could also start putting those in so that we can start to see what this looks like. I think you get the idea. I'm going to keep building, seeing as we're waiting for resources. I'm going to come out here, along here, along here, a bit further. I essentially want it to fall into this. So, there we go. 18 well-being as well. Very nice. Yeah, that's that. We possibly need a path coming along here. And some stairs. So we'll just put those in. I guess I could just do that for that bit. And let's do levees all the way out here. And out here. And impermeables. And there we go. They just now need to build it. And that's not a lot to ask, is it? I have no idea how much metal that is. Lots. Lots and lots. We now at least have our 3rd smelter up and running. Honestly, I should set them back in here. Really should. I should maybe build a couple more. I'm going to do that actually. Metal smelters. 1, 2. So we'll do that, and then we'll have the path come like that. We'll do that and that. Let's high prioritize building those. Because metal is the thing that's limiting us. We have enough scrap metal. We do have a way to get more as well, and that is we should start prepping for that as well. So let's delete that. Put the staircases in there because we do have access to this area up here. And that's no worse than getting to over here. I mean, over here we are 105. And here we are, I don't know how far. Yeah. I don't think it's any worse, so. But being able to process a lot more metal will really help, I think. We've got storage for metal blocks there. I'm assuming that that is the limiting factor for all of these. Yep. basically we need the haulers to be bringing the metal blocks across. Right, I'm going to let this run for a little bit and we'll come back. So it's 9 days later. We've made a reasonable amount of progress on building this, I think. But I'm just going to let this rumble in the background, I think, because otherwise we're going to be just waiting forever to get that done. As the colony expands, we can hopefully scale up our building and get things done a bit quicker. But we are going to make use of prioritization to just do a little bit of a diversion and get on with some of the other jobs that I would like to do. Notably, or it's worth noting that from a scrap metal point of view, we are pretty low on, well, not low on, but we're now down to 1 tower of scrap metal here. So we need to be getting our access to the new scrap metal area sorted. So let's get that organized. If I go there, I can see this potentially causing some challenges and opportunities. Mostly challenges. No, that's okay. So we can do that. So hopefully they can get those built. We'll get that built. We want that to be scrap metal set to supply. We want to prioritize the building of those. And then once that's gone, we do have another few bits of metal, but we're probably then looking at getting into mining. And if we want to do that, we need to be thinking about treated planks. So should maybe bear that in mind. And is it worth me starting to think about stockpiling pine resin? Maybe soon. Maybe soon it is worth it. I'm not going to detonate this. What I want to do is we're going to cut our way back, place the explosives for the level I want to detonate to, which is 1 further down. We're not going to blow it up yet. We're going to get the other stuff in place first. Yeah, that's the plan. I also prioritized placing this explosives. So hopefully we can start to increase the size of this soon. We could do with upping our rate of wood cutting. So let's unpause a couple of those. That will take a few beavers from the hauling post. But that's okay. We've still got plenty of haulers going, and 60, 80, 90. Our metal production is of varying effectiveness. And our power grid is now getting close to being maxed out. So we need to be aware of that at the very least. So let's detonate those. And then we can place these with high priority. I want to delete that piece of path. We can place you. And we can place these. I think we have a drought approaching. I know we have a drought approaching. And I think the drought is where we will stop. I think a 3 wide channel through here is going to be enough. This is 4 wide, but it's quite shallow. So I think that will be okay for our bad water exit there. Over here, we probably need to be working our way up here. Probably doing the probably thing again. We will put in a lumberjack flag and cut down those trees. And then we'll get across here, clear out some of these oak trees. We could put the diver in at this level. But I think it would be better to do it at a slightly higher level. So, yeah. That's the plan. Can we detonate this yet? We cannot. Come on, Beeves. Come and build that for me. Over here, I ended up prioritizing the platforms. I think I prioritized them all. No, I didn't. Well, that one's too far. Okay, so probably what we need to do is get under here. Try and get under here. What I'm going to do is run a path along here, and they can build it from underneath then, I think. Yep. That'll resolve that little issue. You can see they are making progress on this, but decent progress. Decent progress. Good job, Beavers. All right, let's detonate that. Landscaping, put that in. So that will be that done. We then need to put in the sluice gates. I knew the word. So what we'll do is we'll just put a staircase there. Put that there. We'll build some sluice gates. Now, the problem with sluice gates is sluice gates use metal. Each one uses 5 metal blocks, so this is going to be 20 metal blocks, which is a bit of a challenge for us, but, you know, that's okay. And we are going to do close when the contamination is above 1%. Now, that on its own will deal with things. Because it will close and it will push the bad water over the ridge here. In theory, that's enough. In theory, that is enough, but that's not quite how we want to do things. So I want to have a set of sluice gates here, which are set the opposite. So that we can blast this down a level and have the bad water flowing out at a lower level. That is the plan. We are 8 beavers short now, probably because we've got 2 beavers over here. So there's the drought kicking in. Oh, that's done. Maybe not worth detonating that now, but that's in. So let's detonate that just for the fun of it. And we'll put that there. We'll run a path out here because we can now place explosives on paths. So let's do that. And we will make that a medium priority. That's in. So let's detonate that. I need to give them a way to get down to this. So what would be sensible actually is to explode this and then do that one. So do that. That's all going in. It's just 8-day drought. Wow. Pretty serious stuff. Let's pause 2 of those for now. Pretty serious stuff. Power-wise, we're down a bit now, so let's kick the engine in because we've not got the water flow as well. Yeah, we'll get that done. It's too far from a district because they've not built those. Okay. Guess actually they don't need to, do they? They can build it from above if I'm sensible. So let's delete that. Now I can just do a path down here and across here. And likewise, I can do here. I can detonate that now. And then because we don't want issues with bad water sitting in places, we will go there. And we will then go across there like that. And let's make that a priority also. And we will do close above contamination. 1%. Close below contamination. Close above. That closes above 1%. That closes below. Yeah, that's right. So once they get that built, that's going to give us a nice little divert from this one. That's going to flow down here, into here, off here, and probably into here. So that's good. That's good. You now can be deleted. And that can be emptied, which is also good. You can be deleted. So, yeah, they just need to build that and those just. It's quite a lot of building, but hey, that's okay. Wow. That's progressing at a reasonable pace, isn't it? I mean, it wouldn't hurt if we put those in, so we could start to see what it's going to look like. And there's a bit of a hole in our floor here. Yeah, there's a bit of a hole there, I'm afraid, but you know, they'll get to it. I think that's going to look cool. I think that's going to look very cool. Got all of our lumberjacks going, which is good. Cutting down all of the trees. We've got more food than we can shake a food-shaped stick at. The water supply is looking pretty good. Those have been pumped out, so let's pause them. I leave these two running because, as I say, the sluice gates will just keep opening and keep letting water into the riverbed. But they're keeping the river at a depth of 0.2. We could increase it if we wanted to keep it at a depth of 0.3. And you can see it stays open until it hits a depth of about 0.3. It's really cool. Works really well. All right, that's one built. They will get on with building the last of those. Let's get some beavers to collect those. That's been emptied. So likewise, we'll get beavers to come and collect those. I'm going to leave those platforms there. I think they'll be useful to have there. And what that means is if we are sensible, and I can work out the logistics of it, we can turn this into a reservoir for fresh water. Whether that comes from raising this up a bit, I'm not sure. We'll see. I was going to stop when this drought started, wasn't I? I'm kind of keen to see this finished. But this is a nice, simple way of dealing with the bad tide. That will only deal with half of it, obviously. We need to deal with this half. And basically, I'm relying on this guy to clear these out. And then kind of we're aiming to get the bad water out through here. So really, we need to either build up across here or be sending it out here. But still, I might need to build a backstop for it. So a bit more construction with this one. A bit more construction with that one. This one's been relatively simple. In fact, it's pretty much done. They've just got to build that last levee. So yeah, you can see why I want this to be deeper. We're getting through the water that's in here quite quickly in the drought. This is starting to look good. liking this. I am liking this. So what I might try and do between this video and the next one is let the game run and get the bulk of this structure built. You guys know what it looks like, and basically we just need to let them gather, create the resources that they need to build this, which is mainly making metal blocks and bringing metal blocks over and putting them in place. So I think that would be, so that's done. That's kind of cool. I like that. That's going to do its thing. So, yep. Pleased with that little divert. So we'll work on, next time we'll work on dealing with this one. But yeah, I think between videos, and I often say this and don't get it done, so if I haven't, don't judge. But I'm going to try and progress this so that maybe next time we can start putting the power generation in, because we are getting to the point, and during this bad tide we are short of power. We could fix that quite easily by throwing in, we could pause the number cruncher for a bit. We've got 8,000 science, so that's pretty instantly helped. But yeah, I want to get to the point where we can start putting in the power generation. So the plan is we'll have power wheels down here, along here. Not sure about along this bit, but then on the run through here we'll have power wheels, and we can use the vertical power shafts to drop a connection off of the edge and run power into our industrial area. So yeah, that's that. Hope you've enjoyed today's video, folks. Really appreciating all of the extra support at the moment. It's kind of crazy how well the videos are doing. So if you're enjoying the videos and you're new to the channel and you haven't, think about subscribing. Think about clicking that like button. Think about leaving a comment or a suggestion or a question. And I'll see you next time on Timberborn.